Giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, and Karkadash, and double honor to the man of great millstone that's out on the highway and byway, pushing the truth day in and day out, rain, sleet, and snow, reaching for the hopeful elect to put them out of a two-thirds state of mind so that we can be beamed up on the chariots to live in the kingdom with King David and Yahweh Shai, which is Yahweh Shai. He is the commander, authority, and rulership of the whole planet, given to him by his father, Yahweh. I would like to add, I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS has the 100% truth of the Bible to the Occamum and Aqua that are listening and learn to continue the faith of Yahweh by Shema Yahweh Shai. Keep praying and repenting. Keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. As it states in John 14:15, if ye love me, keep my commandment, as well as Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh, for this is the whole duty of man. What you see here is a still image of what I'm about to go into in Daniel 7 about the four beasts. And these four beasts, they was powerful nations. And, they rule over the children of Israel. And when we go into this lesson, it states that during the time of the fourth beast, there was a little horn which represent America, and this little horn will fall just like the rest of the beasts that fall before it. And when this little horn fall, which is America, will be the time when Yahweh will come back into the earth and receive his elect and destroy the rest of America and put us in rulership. So, this is just a quick little summary, just to let you know what the lesson is about through the vision and dream of Daniel. And one thing about the vision and dream that Daniel had, the good Lord gave him that. It states in Job 33, 14 through 16, that he put his instruction in man's mind while he's sleeping, slumbering on his bed. No different from how he gave his instruction to John the Revelator, so that we would know the latter days, just like Daniel, so that we would know the latter days ahead, so that we can be aware and prepare of what's going to happen. These are the signs of time that the good Lord had given both these men, John the Revelator and Daniel. So we're going to go into Daniel chapter 7. And I'm just going to read it as far as I can read it. I guess, I'm going to read it all the way up to, 18. So let's jump into it. Daniel 7 and 1. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and vision of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter. David spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove up on the great sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The four beasts, what you saw in that still, and they both had, all four beasts had their own power and language, and they were diverse from one another. Verse 4. The first was like a lion and had eagle wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Now, verse 4 is talking about the lion that had eagle wing. That was talking about Assyria and Babylon. Assyria and Babylon, they had joined powers together. They were from different countries, but they merged together under the same dominion. And going back to verse 4, it said, the first was like a lion and had eagle wings. There was the Assyrian, they had the rulership until Babylon took over. Like I said, they had joint power, but Babylon took over. They took the dominion away from the Assyrian. So I'm going to read it again. The first was like a lion and had eagle wings. That's the Assyrian. I beheld till the wing thereof were plucked. So meaning that the Assyrian dominion was taken down by the Babylon, and it was lifted up from the earth. They lost their dominion and may stand upon the feet as a man. This is Babylon coming into rulership. And they were very prideful, just like America. And a man heart was given to them, and that man heart represent Nebuchadnezzar, because he was the first king of Babylon, and he was a wise king. So they took the characteristic, his rulership to mind. They basically they took what they learned from Nebuchadnezzar and pretty much just rolled with it. They went by his ways, by his rulership. Verse 5, and behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, and they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. And this kingdom here is talking about Medes and Persia, the Medes and Persia. And Persia was the bear that, I'm going to read it again. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, talking about Media. The Medes, the Medes. And it raised up itself on one side. Like here's another, it's pretty much the same situation. The Media and Persia, they was, they ruled together. They had pretty much a agreement of rulership. They merged together in power. And the Medes, they were ruling first until the Persia, took over, because it says here, and it raised up itself on one side. So they both was pretty much equal, joined powers until one raised up above the other, and took the power from the other. So Persia raised up and took the power from the Medes. And it had three ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. That's talking about Babylon, because the Medes and Persia took over. They destroyed Babylon, and also they destroyed Europe, and Persia destroyed the Medes. So those are the three nations, which is Babylon, Egypt, and the Medes. So that's the three ribs that was in the mouth of Persia, because Persia is now in rulership. Going back again, I want to make this here confusion. Like I said, the Assyrian was defeated by the Babylon, and then Medes and Persia, they would join air together. They destroyed Babylon. And then Persia rose up against against the Medes and took over. So Persia now has conquered the Medes, has conquered Babylon and Europe, not Europe, but Egypt. So that's the three ribs in the mouth. Verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of his four wings of a fowl. The beast had also four heads, and dominion was given to it. And this is talking about the Greeks. Alexandria the Great, Salakia, came into power by conquering Persia. And Alexander the Great, when you read First Maccabees and 1, it give you and it tell you the story of how Alexander the Great conquered and put fear into the earth, and he was a fearful leader, and he conquered pretty much all over, as they say today, the Middle East. He pretty much he did conquer all of Middle East. And he did it within a 12-year span. And when he died, he gave his four heads, as it says here in 6. The beast had also four heads, and dominion was given to them. And when he died, he gave the kingdom to four of his generals, which are the four heads, which is Ptolemy, which he conquered Egypt, Antagonas, Antagonus. He ruled over Asia, and Chrysander, he ruled over Italy, and what's the word? Seleucus conquered pretty much Persia. So you had, four generals that took over four areas of the area that Alexander the Great conquered, and they, ruled those areas for a time until they start fighting against each other. So you can read that in First Maccabees 1 and just read it all the way down. Like I said, it's in the Apocrypha, so you need to get your Apocrypha and read it. It's in there. Verse 7. And after this I saw in the night vision. We still, Daniel still giving his vision. Verse 7. After this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stomped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and had 10 horns. Now, verse 7 is talking about the Roman Empire, and it had 10 horns, which the 10 horns represented the today EU. And you can look that up, the EU. Just Google it. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, it has the EU has increased a whole lot more than what it got already. It did say 10, but as time went on, it increased. So we can say that Italy, France, Belgium, Spain, Poland, Netherlands, Germany, Greece, all these here are NATO. They are in agreement with the Roman Empire, which is today the new Roman Empire is America. So, these countries here are pretty much in alliance um, with so-called America on certain policies. So these here your EU's here. At the time, it was just only 10. Give me 1 second. Let's find out what the EU is. I got it here. Say it right here. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but it said the 10 horns represent the. I can't hardly see it now. Well, let's just the common market. Yeah, the 10 horns represent the common market of the European economic. Uh, com, uh, I can't even see it now. Okay, well, this it was established in 1958. The EEC, established in 1958. Today's the EEC is known as the EU, the European Union, which is the 10 here, which is Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Spain, right along with Portugal and England, right along with Ireland and West Germany. So those are your 10 horns right there. So let's get back out of here. So that's your 10 horns there. Going down to verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were three of the first horn plucked up by the roots, and behold, in their horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. Okay, verse 8 was talking about I considered the horn, and behold, there came upon them another little horn. So the fourth beast is talking about the Roman Empire. When the Roman Empire fell, a little horn merged out of that Roman Empire, which is today America. And it says here, before whom there were three of the first horn. Now there were three other horns that was in power before America became in rulership, and that three horn that was in power was the Spanish, the French, and British. They first came to America to colonize America, starting with Spanish. It started with Spain. Spain tried to get western part of the United States all the way down to Mexico, and that's when you had that Spanish-Mexico War, and the Mexico defeated the Spaniard to to keep their country. So Spain tried to colonize America, tried to take over the western part of America all the way down to Mexico, but it didn't prevail. And then you had French, the French. They came and they pretty much purchased the Louisiana Purchase. So France had a hand in colonizing the United States. Also, the British with 13 colonies. And due to the Revolutionary War, America defeated the French. I mean, not the French, but the British to win independence. So that we can rule under our own rulership. So the three little horns was Spain, France, and British. So those are your three little horns, and they were plucked it up by the roots, meaning they lost dominion. And behold, in this horn was eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. America is known for being boastful, for being very prideful, for speaking very loud about how much they are better than the rest of the world, how good it is to live over here, compared to the rest of the world, you know. And but knowing you have beautiful land, beautiful island, beautiful sites all over the world, not just here in America. You have people love to go down to Jamaica and Brazil and Italy and you know different various places where it's beautiful and stuff like that. They call it tourist attraction. You know, but America claimed to be this is better, is richer and all this and that. But when you look at America, it's damn near a third world country. So going on, verse 8, I considered the horn, and behold, there came up. I'm sorry, I'm going to read it back over again. Verse 9, I beheld, to the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. And the Ancient of Days is talking about Yahweh, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheel as burning fire. So he was on a chariot, and that flaming fire, was the fire, coming forth from the chariot. I forgot what they call that. Oh man, it'll come to me. I can't think of it now. But that laser fire, as they said, yeah, I think it called a laser fire. That they were burning from the chariot. So Yahweh is on the chariot as well. Verse 10, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the book was open. And this right here, Yahweh gave Yahushua dominion and gave him the power to open the book, and thousands among thousands of angels, and nobody else could not open the book but only Yahweh, and they praised him and ministered to him, because he was able to open the book, and judgment was set, you know, and this is pretty much is going to be the time when Yahweh shall come and get his elect and destroy this kingdom. Because it says in verse 9, and beheld till the thrones were cast down, you know. Let's go to verse 11. And I beheld then, because of the voice of the great word with the horn spake. This is going back to Esau here, going back, to 8, where it says he spoke great things. Now, it's skipping down to 11, where Daniel is now picking up after verse 8. It says here at 11, I beheld then, because of the voice of the great word with the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As according to the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their life were prolonged a season. So when the Yahushua is going to come back, he's going to judge these people. It says here, I beheld then, because of the voice of the great word which the horn spake. Esau being prideful, he's ruling the earth, because the good Lord gave him that rulership, but, he took it too far. He think he's a God. So he being prideful, speaking great words. And Daniel said, I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. So when Hawashai came back, he's putting Edom that's in power. He's going to take him out of his rulership and destroy him. As concerning the rest of the beasts, such as the other people, the other heathen nations, they had their dominion taken away. Had a dominion, their rulership taken away for a certain period of time. It says here, yet their life will prolong for a season and a time. So they're going to be they're going to be under our authority. They're going to be slaves under us, just like Esau and the rest of. Well, no, let me back up. Yeah, Salakia for that. I'm gonna go back up to 11. I'm gonna read it back over again. I beheld then, because the voice of the great word which the horn spake, which is America, Esau, Edom, which is in rulership. I beheld even till the beast was slain. Esau is going to be conquered and destroyed, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. Verse 12, as concerning the rest of the beasts, the heathen nation, they had their dominion taken away, yet their life will prolong for a season and time, because they're going to be, serving us, and after a while, they're going to go back into their land, and they will have to still, go by our ways, following the laws and commandments, stuff like that, and, coming to our high holidays and stuff like that, So verse 13, I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, which he was on the chariot, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion, and glory and a kingdom that all people, nation, language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. A precept to Daniel 7 and 14 will be, I guess, Revelation 19. And I tell you what, let's go to it. I don't want to mess it up. We're 19 and 12. His eyes as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. So basically, he conquered all the kings, all the dominions of the earth. So that's just a little quick precept to what Daniel 14 is talking about. He took all the crowns of the crowns of every kingdom, dominion, people, nation, everything. He conquered all. Salakia. Verse 15. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the vision of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. He was speaking to an angel. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the thing. Verse 17, these great beasts, which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. Those beasts was the four captivity that we was in, and the four kings, which were the four generals of Alexander the Great. That which shall arise out of the earth. Shalakia. Verse 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever. So we're going to, take the kingdom as what the verse said in verse 18. And we're just waiting patiently because we are in the time of the little horn, which is America, and it's slowly breaking down. And all we got to do is just stay, stay in the truth, continue pushing His word, continue praising Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and stay on His right side, and pray that we are His hopeful elect that will be beamed up on those chariots. So, so that we can take the kingdom back and put this world back in a righteous rulership. Put it back in the right hand of the people, which is the children of Israel. Well, I'm going to end it right there. Hopefully it was edifying. And I see you on the next lesson. Shalom.